How's it going, everybody? This is Andrew Jensen, your friendly neighborhood realtor, and today I wanted to go through some of my favorite tips and tricks. Does anybody actually use tips and tricks anymore? My favorite ways that you can save some money on your mortgage interest as well as reduce the amount of time that you have your mortgage. So let's jump right into these. To set the stage for this whole thing, let's look at a standard house. Let's go with a $550,000 house that you've purchased. Now let's say you put $50,000 as a down payment on that house and you are on a 25-year term at say 2.9% interest. So do you know how much interest you're gonna have to pay on that house at the end of the term? Well, if you look at it, it's around $200,000 of interest on that house. So now all of a sudden you've gone from a $550,000 home when you purchased it to actually having to pay over $750,000 for that house. That's a big difference, and that's just because you had to pay so much in interest. So what we're gonna do today is I'm just gonna tell you a few things that we can reduce that interest payment with. Okay guys, the first thing that you can do is simply contact your lender and jump from a monthly payment plan to a semi-monthly payment plan. So what that usually means is you'll have 26 different payments throughout the year by being on a semi-monthly plan. And if you actually go into an accelerated payment plan on this semi-monthly basis, what that can translate to is you saving about $24,000 on your interest at the end. You end up paying your mortgage off about 5 months sooner. So all of a sudden this $200,000 that you owed in interest on just a standard monthly plan all of a sudden becomes about $177,000. That's pretty awesome. Not only do you own your home sooner, but you save some money. So it's a win-win. So the next thing that you can do to help reduce the amount of interest that you have to pay on your mortgage is talk to your bank again and find out whether they will let you do lump sum payments. So put a little money away in a budget, I would say around $5,000 if your bank allows it, and put that towards your mortgage once a year. So most banks will allow you to do this lump sum payment once a year. Some won't, some lenders don't do that, so you have to double check with them. But if they do allow you to do that, even at doing $5,000 a year, let's go back to our example at $200,000 on a typical amount of interest that you'd have to pay on that $550,000 house. If you are putting in $5,000 a year on that 25-year term, what that reduces the amount of interest to on that mortgage is around $155,000 from about $200,000. That's a huge difference. So you're saving around, what is that, like $46,000, over $46,000 on the interest just by doing those lump sum payments. So find out if your bank will allow you to do that. And the other bonus is if they do allow you to do that, and let's say it is $5,000 that you put down each month, that ends up reducing the amount of time you have your mortgage by up to 8 years. That's a huge difference. So own your home 8 years faster, save yourself nearly 50 grand by putting these lump sums in every year. One of the absolute simplest things that you can do to reduce your interest amount that you have to pay on your mortgage is ask your lender, ask your bank for a lower rate. Literally just ask them. It's pretty straightforward. You can go on their website. Most lenders and banks will actually show what their current rates are for home mortgages, and you can ask for a lower rate. And even if you just get a couple of points, it's a win. You just had to ask. So let's say you go from 2.9% to 2.6%. What that ends up doing is it takes an over $200,000 interest amount that you'd have to pay, and that shrinks it to about $179. And from that $179, that's saving you around, what, $22,000? So that's a really big difference, and all you had to do was ask. If it's literally as simple as picking up the phone, saying, hey, here's the rates that I know that you guys are posting right now. Here's my rate. Can you reduce it? What can you do? It's probably the most beneficial phone call that you can make. So there you go. Just ask. That's a super easy one, and honestly, most people don't think about it. Okay, so let's put all of these numbers together. So your $550,000 house is now $750,000, and even a little bit more because you had to add $200,000 of interest in there. If you can reduce your interest amount by just asking, if you can go for the lump sum payments every year, and if you can jump from monthly to semi-monthly on an accelerated payment plan, you end up saving yourself around $90,000 on the interest amount. That's pretty significant. So a $750,000 house with interest included becomes right around a $650,000, a little bit more, $1,000 home, just because you added these simple techniques on how to reduce the amount of interest. So who doesn't want an extra $90,000 in their pocket? All you have to do is just ask for some lowered interest rates, switch to semi-monthly, and maybe do a little bit of lump sum payments. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos on mortgages, or if you want to go back to more of just the standard real estate videos, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe if you want, and we'll have more videos in the future. We'll see you later.